Ready? Good morning, everyone. And welcome to everybody on YouTube, and especially here in the room. Hey, everybody. So please stand, and let's get started with our first two community songs. Marilyn, you're on.
Good morning. Oh, yeah, I think I know the words. I think I can pull this off. All right. An incredible thing is happening. We're all here. Me and you and me. It's good to be near. I show my appreciation. I declare my dedication. I'm so grateful for this atmosphere. Let's sing that again. An incredible thing is happening. We're all here. Me and you and me. It's good to be near. I show my appreciation. I declare my dedication. I'm so grateful for this atmosphere. This is a special time. We're all here and feeling fine as we go. We know our lives are entwined. Let's repeat that. This is a special time. We're all here and feeling fine as we go. We know our lives are entwined. An incredible thing is happening. An incredible thing is happening. We're all here. Me and you and me. It's good to be near. I show my appreciation. I declare my dedication. I'm so grateful for this atmosphere. Here we go. I feel the love of God. It's in me, it's in you. I feel the love, yeah. I feel the love of God. It's in me, it's in you. I hear the joy of God. It's in me, it's in you. I hear the joy now. I hear the joy of God. It's in me, it's in you. I know the good of God. It's in me, it's in you. I know the good, yeah. I know the good of God. It's in me, it's in you. I see the beauty of God. It's in me, it's in you. I see the beauty. I see the beauty of God. It's in me, it's in you. I feel it, I hear it, I know it, it's in me. I see it, can you see it? It's the beauty in me, it's the beauty in you. I love the love, I love the love of God. It's in me, it's in you. I love the love, yeah. I love the love of God. It's in me, it's in you. It's in me, it's in you. It's in me, it's in you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So everyone who's joined us on YouTube in the room while we were singing, hey, good morning again. And welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Madeline Wade, and I'm honored to be your MC today. It's my pleasure to let all of you know again who we are. And that means we are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. We aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through a practical application of the teachings of the science and mind. And that means every single day, not just on Sundays, by the way. Okay. We engage in sacred practices that uplift our spirit, deepen our awareness, and ignite our soul's self-expression. We demonstrate active compassion for ourselves, each other, and the world. Active compassion. We experience meaningful contribution through giving generously of our time, our talents, and our treasures. And we intentionally promote our community and teaching. And so, blab about us wherever you are and invite people and bring them. So it's all good. So I'd like to invite Ian up to light the candle for us in our candle lighting ritual. Yay. Yeah, here he goes. Okay. We light this candle to celebrate the unity of all peoples, all faiths, all beings, all life, honoring the infinity of oneness as all creation, seen and unseen. Thank you so much to remind us of the light of spirit within each and every one of us. Thank you, Ian. So what's alive in all of you guys today? Shout it out and I will say it. So recovery, gratitude, autumn joy, falling leaves. Actually, I want them to stay on the tree. But anyway, anybody else? Pardon? Light. Yes, light. And I'm going to say rain, too. I like the precipitation. It's coming tomorrow, I think. Okay. So, yeah, and if you, anything, last call? Warmth. Oh, there you go. I can't wait to have a fire in the fireplace. Sharing. Oh gosh, we're on the roll. Anything else? I'm going to put in happiness. Because look at Halloween's coming, you know? The kids are like, of course, there's the sugar high too. But anyway, okay, we won't need to go there. So we are a praying community. I want to remind everybody of that. And there are lavender requests in the seat backs in front of you. So if you want to fill one of these out, please do. And you can put it in that little wooden box right by the door. And if you, I think there's some extra little lavender sheets there too. And you can also do it online if you want to put that in just go to the website. And then the other thing is after service, I am available for one-on-one prayer if you would like to have a prayer. So, yeah, so reach out to us. We're here. If this myself, one of the other practitioners, there's always someone available. So I want to welcome anyone. Is anyone here for their very first time and feels comfortable raising their hand? I think we're all repeats. That's good. I like that. So welcome, everybody. Oh, it's so good. And now I'd like to invite Nan up to do the announcements for the week. Yay.
All right, let's see if I can stumble through this. My name's Nan, and we are excited to create a space for the Children's Church. We need your help storing 40 chairs. If you have extra space where our chairs will stay clean and dry and safe, please email Reverend Mitch at Sierra Center. To Sacred Dance Circle, Monday, October 28th at 10:30 to noon in Condon Park. 660 Minnie Street, arrive about 10:15. RSVPs are appreciated to Judy, but not required. And the number 530-798-0385. Next week, Reverend Mitch returns with his talk, Life is sweet. Let it rise. Don't miss it. And next Sunday, November 3rd, in our community update meeting and potluck, 11:30 to 12. Bring a dish. Please provide an ingredient card. If you require a special diet due to food allergies, it is recommended to bring your own lunch. And Monday, November 4th, join us for a conscious gathering for peace and unity at 5:30 here at the center for a 45-minute program that includes prayer, readings, meditations, videos, and more to usher in the highest and the best outcome for all. Prior to the election, Reverend Lanny and Reverend Mitch will be available for individual prayer afterwards. 6 Dances for Universal Peace will be held Wednesday, November 6th, 2024, 6:30 to 8:30 at Unity in the Gold Country, 180 Cambridge Court, Grass Valley. In this stressful time, dances and universal peace offer an opportunity to come together with open-hearted presence and compassion and to deepen in peace, love, and unity. Poetry open mic with Reverend Lanny will be Friday, November 8th from 5 to 8. Bring your favorite poem to share. Join us in an in-person or via Zoom. You can find the Zoom link on the website for sierracenter.org, $10 love donation. And a celebration of life for Jean Silva Payne, 1938 to 2024, will be held on her 86th birthday, November 17th, 2024, at the 1849 Brewing Company, Grass Valley, 1 p.m. RSVP noted here. And come be a part of the tech team. If you're interested in learning how to do what we do during the Sunday service at the tech table, add your name to the volunteer schedule in the foyer. You will find the Zoom links, all these things on the Zoom link.
Thank you, Nan. It's all good. Yeah. And now we get to stand. Oh, yeah, do you want us to stand? Okay, you can sit and relax. And so we have another community song. Yeah.
Yeah, just sit and breathe. And this little song, the words are from Ernest Holmes, from my favorite book of his called This Thing Called You. Love makes the way clear before me. Joy wells up within my mind, and life sings its song of ecstasy in my heart. Sing it with me. Love makes the way clear before me. Joy wells up within my
go. Thank you so much. So now I invite myself up to do the sacred reading. And this is also from Ernest Holmes. It's right out of the Science of Mind textbook. And I'm going to make at least one small change, and I will let you know when I'm doing that, so you'll not be, okay. So it's called The Power of the Word. Be specific in treating, which is also what we call affirmative prayer. Be direct and definite in your mental work. You are dealing with intelligence, so deal with it intelligently. The treatment or prayer must realize that the patient or the situation or the condition is perfect. Must recognize the word as power. Must know that it breaks down every man-made law and casts it out. That is the law of harmony and recognition of the presence of good. That within itself it is unbound and equipped with the power to execute itself, and it must know that it does this. It must know that there is nothing that can change it. There is no belief that can hinder it. That it cannot be reversed, misplaced, neutralized, mislaid, or destroyed by any opposing force. That it does the thing it is supposed to do. And it must know that it's continuous and unremitting and will operate until it does all that it's supposed to do. Jesus said, "Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away." And Isaiah understood something of this when he said, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return to me void." Pretty heavy stuff, huh? Okay, so now I'm going to talk about it. Okay, so the word, the community value for today is love. And so what I want to focus on, and this came to me in my meditation this morning, so it's like, okay, here we go, is self-love. What is your self-talk to yourself? Have you listened to yourself lately? Let's see. I made a wrong turn. How could I be so stupid? I forgot to buy something at the grocery store that was on the list. Hello, where's my brain? Let's see. What else? I don't know. You probably have little sayings that you say to yourself. I'm hoping that they're like, oh yeah, I remember saying that. Or it's like, oh, darn, blah, 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 blah. I sometimes use dirty words. So I don't know if you guys do dirty words as well to yourself. But it's like, oh, wait a second. I need to love myself. I need to have compassion and understanding for myself. I'm going to make mistakes. Hello? If I'm not even staying home by yourself doing nothing, you make mistakes because you're cutting off all that love that's out in the world. By not coming here on a Sunday morning, you're losing out on something. You're losing out on the hugs, the love, sometimes the wisdom of the words. I'm not going to presume anything. But, you know, the thing is, it's like, wait a second, love is always there. And you can always give it to yourself. You can always pet your dog or your cat or your orangutan or whatever you have. I mean, animals are just, they're love on 2 or 4 legs, maybe 1 leg. I don't know how they work. Some of them. Some birds are on 1 leg. So the thing is self-love. And that's one of the things that is a founding principle and value in this community, and that's love. Because if you start with yourself, which you have control over, hello, your word is right here. It's powerful. And then other people, and then other people. And that's how community builds. It's that love. It's concentric circles of love. Okay, so deep breath. Yeah. So it's important to be kind to yourself. So we're going to go for an inward shift and do our meditation now. And I will ring the bowl 3 times, and we'll do our ohms. And you don't have to focus on your own self-love, but I invite you to do that if you want. And we'll go for 5 minutes, and then we'll come out with a prayer. One light, one divine creator of all, the creator of the magnificence of the universe, the extraordinary variety of beings and beautiful planets, the creator of all. I know and accept that we are one with this creator. Our entire being, mind, body, and spirit is one with this creator. And I know and accept that the power and the love and the grace of that spirit is in and through us. So I know and accept for each and every one of us that our words are powerful, our thoughts are powerful, our intentions, our visions are all powerful, and they create our reality. They create the love, the joy, the fellowship, the community in our lives. And I know and accept that each and every one of us thrives, grows, and experiences vitality through our connections with others. I know and accept that the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living is a place of comfort, joy, growth, learning, rebirth. There's no limit to what is possible. So I know and accept that Reverend Mitch and everybody on the support staff and everybody who volunteers and everyone who shows up on Sundays, everyone who shows up at all is blessed. So I know and accept for each one of us vitality, perfect health and well-being, prosperity beyond our dreams, comfort, knowing, and that we are on our perfect spiritual path, and that we are compassionate and loving to ourselves. So with deep, deep gratitude and knowing all these things are true, and in action in the law, I release these words with grace, love, joy, and deep, deep gratitude. And please join me in saying, and so it is. Amen. Guess what? More music. More music.
Just hang on. The sounds we make as we go along, the time we take to sing our song, it's just a matter of a point of view. We've all got something that we're going through. Do we mean exactly what we say? Are we living mindfully today? Have a look at how we motivate, what we want versus what we create. We're just here for a moment, let's celebrate. Treat each other kindly, I'm seeing you as great. Live into this moment, it's what we've got. Focus on what we have, not what we do not. Spiraling up and up, may you never dwindle down. You can always fill your cup. Please will you tread lightly on the ground. The world keeps spinning for us to share. It's a miracle that we go anywhere. Let's not overvalue our importance. Still take your hat, throw it over the fence. Be the best that you can be. Of this aspect we have liberty. Bring out your greatest as a reflection. The way God made us, His creation. We're just here for a moment, let's celebrate. I appreciate you, yeah, I think you're great. Live into this moment, it's what we've got. Focus on what we have, not what we do not. Oh, spiraling up and up. May you never dwindle down. You can always fill your cup. Please will you tread lightly on the ground. We're just here for a moment, let's celebrate. I appreciate you, yeah, I think you're great. Live into this moment, it's all we've got. Focus on what we have, not what we do not. Live into this moment, this is our moment.
Good morning. Happy Grand Rising. You know that's the annual theme, Grand Rising? Isn't that a wonderful theme? Can we give it up again for Marilyn? Perfect music selection. So glad you're here online and in the room. Turn to somebody today and say, glad you came. Glad you came. Yes. Yes. It's good to see and be seen. Good to see and be seen. So next Sunday, after church, we're going to do a potluck, but we're also going to do a community update. And I'm going to be sharing some things that we've talked about at the board and kind of our vision for the future. This is a good time to start it before the end of the year, yes? So we can get a running start into the year. And it's a good Sunday to bring somebody. So if you know somebody who maybe used to come and might, want to come back or at least know what we're up to, invite them. Invite them to come on the 4th and, at least they'll get a free meal. Who doesn't love that? We all love that. I'm really excited about starting up the youth programs again. Yes? Don't we want children in here? Absolutely. I met with Jerry Lynn and Kathleen Medley and Joe this week, and we talked about children's programs, but we need your help. We need to relocate the chairs so we can create an intentional space for the children where they feel like they belong. And that excites their imagination. So we need a spot for the 40 chairs that's clean, safe, and dry. And if you have a little corner of your garage and you'd be willing to store them for a while, let me know after church. Just come see me. We're trying to get those out in the next 2 weeks. The other thing we're doing is we're asking for people who might be interested or willing to work with the youth that will be coming to see Jerry Lynn, who's going to coordinate, who's stepped up. Can we give her a hand for stepping up? Who will coordinate the volunteers, and we're going to get that momentum going. There's also a sign-up sheet on the green clipboard. And here's the thing. You don't have to do it all alone. Maybe it's one Sunday a month or one Sunday a quarter. Whatever you can contribute would be appreciated. But it's going to take the village, yes, to support the children. So I appreciate that as well. Also on November 4th, I really hope you join us for the conscious gathering the night before the election so we can use our intention, our heart, our spirit to raise the energy for the highest, and knowing that the highest and best is always unfolding. It's going to be a great night. We're going to have some meditation, some prayer, have an amazing video I'm going to show. And we're there to support you because the power of community is what helps us through these tense and kind of, scary times. So, but they can also be good and joy-filled times. We get to decide. So I hope you can join us November 4th at 5:30 here. So anyone remember the song? If you do, sing it. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. We love that song, don't we? Yeah, it's a beautiful song. And it's a song that's relevant for now. Because we see our world pulling, we see the old ways of being crumbling. And when things fall away that we used to know for sure, it creates a lot of anxiety, doesn't it? Uncertainty. And the kind of love that we need right now is not just the sentimental version of love, but we need real love. We need love that's courageous. We need love that's willing to grow and do things differently and birth a new way of being in the world. Intentions aren't enough. Who's ever heard that the road to hell is paved with good intentions? We know this. What we need is for our ways to change so that we can create a more sustainable world. We're seeing change in unprecedented ways in our politics, in our financial institutions, in our social world, economically, environmentally, the changes. So real and at our doorstep. I love the work of Sharif Abdullah, fabulous luminary in the world. He's an author and he wrote a book called Creating a World That Works for All. And in his book, this is fabulous, he talks about 3 types of people that have been on the planet. He talks about the keepers, the indigenous people that kept our covenant with the earth, that saw the earth as a living being and that there was a symbiotic relationship. He talks about the keepers and how that helped create a world that works for all. And it did for a long time, we had the keepers. But in came what he calls the breakers. At some point, we broke away from that covenant and that relationship with each other and the earth. We know this as the modern world, this idea that we're above nature, that we're above the planet, that people and resources are for us to take and use however we want. I mean, we even saw that in the unfolding of history. Who's ever heard of the doctrine of discovery? The doctrine of discovery. And if you don't know what it is, please Google it. It changed the planet in a massive way and created this breaking in an unprecedented way. And basically it said, the European countries said, you can go out to any place in the world and take whatever you want. People, resources, literally, for our purposes, for our vision. That's the breaking. And that consciousness spread. And we see it in so many things now. Strip mining, corporations, policies, us and them. Much of what we see in the world was actually born out of that doctrine. I was watching a TED Talk video, and in the video it's talking about the world and the impact and what the world is and creating a world that works for all. And she had mentioned in the environment, we have more man-made stuff, buildings, clothes, cars, planes, roads, than biomass on the planet. More stuff than than living nature. I was thunderstruck when I heard that. And it made me begin to think differently. And then he says, but then there's the menders, the people that are sewing the world back together, remembering the covenant, remembering the keepers. In fact, there's a movement. Who's heard of the Pachamama Alliance? The Pachamama Alliance, brilliant alliance. In fact, I want to bring some of their work here, where they're working with the indigenous people that remember the covenant, that remember the ways, and weaving them in to the modern world in a new way, a more sustainable way. In the book, the author talks about the keepers, and he says, they had great ways, but I'm not sure I could wear a loincloth. So we're not talking about, I don't think I could, loincloths. We're not talking about that. But we're talking about a marriage of the old and the new in a more sustainable way. Because technology, I believe, is going to be needed in the future. We'd like to think the planet will be here forever, but it won't. Right? And maybe it's technology that will help us continue to move forward. And I know I've had good intentions, but they haven't always translated. I was talking to Karen about this talk the other day, and I said, we can no longer use our good intentions as a free pass for the negative impact of our actions. We just can't. Not in our relationships, not in our community, not in our families, not environmentally, not in any way, because we're reaching that tipping point. See, nature is very forgiving. It knows how to handle some imbalances, like even our body. Our blood sugar goes up, our insulin takes care of it. But when we reach a tipping point of so much imbalance, things crumble. They fall apart. They have to, because they're out of integrity. And that's what we're seeing right now. And I'm not trying to shame or blame anybody. Just wake us up, because the busyness of everyday life creates kind of a buffer between what's really going on and what I have to balance my checkbook. I have to get the thing at the grocery store on my list, right? So our work is to move out of this indoctrination of the breakers, which we've kind of been indoctrinated in, weren't we? Buy the new thing, get the new car. And moving towards this idea of being a mender. Barbara Marx Hubbard, she's an author and futurist, she says, the problems are bringing about unprecedented innovation and transformation. Humanity is being born as a universal species. She says the current crisis that have brought about to us a point of view where we can have the capacity right now to extinguish ourselves as a species is also bringing us into a deeper understanding of our inherent connectedness. We are one, is what she says. And crisis can bring that to the forefront, can it? Didn't COVID bring to us front and center just how dependent we are on each other, doing the right thing to care for the one of us? How something on the other side of the planet, this little thing we can't see called a virus, can come all the way over to our doorstep. We have to care. We have to care, and we have to make it a priority now. That's why the title of this talk is Using Our Power to Create a World That Works for All. The Centers for Spiritual Living used to say that their vision was to create a world that works for everybody. But they changed it. They changed it to all, because this is a living planet. The water's consciousness, the rocks are, even science is proving this, the rocks are, everything's alive, and we are interdependent upon it. We can't just get our Roundup and spray the dandelion away, right? Because that comes back into our environment, into our bodies, into each other. And by the way, that dandelion will help heal your liver. Pluck it, boil it, drink it, right? Collaborate with the world around us. Because Ernest Holmes tells us there's a power for good and we can use it. Let's begin using it consciously now to create a world that works for all. And this is a paradigm shift in our thinking. I know. I've been indoctrinated in the me. And the now, what's mine to do for me? But me needs to go to we, because there's only one of us. There's only one of us. And I know when we come together and we use these tools and we stand on the truth, right, that we've learned, that we come here to embody and use in our own lives, when we use these tools and this truth intentionally, right, we create a collective action. We step into the true essence of our oneness is realized, and a blending of our energies come together to create a collective wave of transformation. That's what's possible. This little center can create a wave. And that one little wave can join with other waves as we create a tsunami of change for a world that works for all. And you know that feeling when we come together in oneness? You ever been in a concert? And you've melted away and you're just one mass having an experience. You're stepping into that higher vibration of the truth. It happens here. You feel it sometimes with the music or the talk or whatever, the meditation, the oneness. That's our work, to work from there. And we need to use our capacity to create this collective wave to heal what really ails us at the root is the separation consciousness. The separation consciousness. Because when we heal that, poverty won't exist. Social inequity won't exist. The man-made environmental disasters won't exist. Bankruptcy won't exist. Dis-ease won't exist when we heal the one of us. So what's the solution? What's the solution? Well, the solution isn't rolling out the old strategies and trying them again. It's not. We have to come up with a solution that doesn't exist. The solution is a new solution. And it's a spiritual one. It's a new paradigm. And Ernest Holmes gives us a little instruction in this, and I'd like to read a quote from him. He says, "There is an imagination beyond ours. There is a feeling deeper than ours, yet akin to it. Who listens closely to their own soul shall hear a song no other person can sing. Who listens to the harmony of their own being, though they be in the desert or on the mountaintop alone, shall compose a symphony no human instrument had to be attuned to, and can play it only in wonder and reverence and awe on the heartstrings of their own heart, their own mind, their own soul. For we are that instrument. We are the instrument of the imagination to birth something new nobody's ever seen before. Nobody's ever seen before. So I want to suggest 3 ways we can use our instrument for good to create a world that works for all. The first way is we got to believe it's possible. Because if we don't believe it's possible, we're not going to do the things. We're not going to vision, we're not going to pray, we're not going to move our feet. And it's easy to be cynical. There's a lot to do, yes, a lot. But we got to believe. And when we believe, even just a small part of us believes in the unseen, that starts to shift right there. Everything that shows up. And then the next step is, if we believe it's possible, a world that works for all, what would that look like? We get to vision, we get to dream into that space of what would a world for all look like. And when we catch a glimpse of it, we get to pray. We get to pull it in to form and experience through what we call affirmative prayer. You know, America was an idea long before it was a country. There was people all around the world going, gosh, I wish I wasn't stuck in this caste system. I can do things. I can contribute, right? You had a whole bunch of Jews who couldn't own land in Europe. They're like, we want land, we want homes. But they had to be dressmakers and shoemakers in the cities and towns. There's people all around the world dreaming for a place where they could be judged on their efforts and not the family they were born into or any of those other things. See, there was a welling up of America, a new paradigm long before it came into existence. We need to repeat that process, but in a different way now, in a way where we create a world that works for all. And then lastly, we need to use our responsibility, our ability to respond to what's in front of us. You know, don't dismiss the power of small acts and changes. When we act on a vision, something we believe, we affirm it even more strongly in the unseen. It gets momentum, right? Anybody ever hear the term, that guy's all hat and no cattle, right? Right? We can talk a good game about change in a world that works for all, but until we actually do something, even the small things. Here's what Dr. Sharif Abdullah says, the one that wrote the book, Creating a World That Works for All. Here's what he says to us. He says, a world that works for all is one where our mundane actions, our everyday actions, serve our deepest individual and collective needs. In such a world, the possibility of the beautiful and the sublime exists because we have taken care of the ordinary. Of the ordinary. How we treat our trash. Do we recycle, right? How are we treating the ordinary in our lives? Do we buy something new or do we go to the thrift store? Like, do we recycle, reuse? Do we think of new ways just to treat our stuff and each other? So let's talk about believe. The Aramaic version of the Bible, which the Bible was written in the language of Jesus, which is Aramaic. And what's wonderful, I love this Bible, is you don't have so many multiples of translations, because you play telephone long enough, something gets lost, right? From Greek to Latin to English. So in the Aramaic version of the Bible, and the Bible's just a metaphysical handbook. It got twisted in a lot of ways, but that's how we look at it. Matthew 8:13, it says, go, it will be done for you just as you believed. And the first sentence of this starts with an action, right? And they didn't say just go anywhere. The silent assumption is you know where you're going and what you want. Now, go. It will be done for you. In other words, there's a momentum to our action that exceeds our own human ability, just as you have believed. That's why we're starting with believe, right? It gets momentum. And it's easy, I get it. It's easy to say, what's the use, right? Everything's, in decline. It's so many things. It's the environment, it's the economy, it's the social climate of our world. And we can let our attention get sucked into the news of awfulness and doom and how the sky is falling. But when we do that, we're lending our attention, our zip code in the collective consciousness to reinforce that, right? That's what we're adding to, right? Energy flows where attention goes. Or we can say, what if? What if this decline is actually leading to a new world? What if this is leading to a place where we know our neighbors? What if this is leading to a world where everyone feels like they belong, where there's no shunning? We were just talking about shunning the other day, how some cultures and communities embrace it as a way to enforce people to do the rules of that community. We do away with shunning. Everyone belongs. What if? And then our second step is to vision and to pray, to vision and to pray. So in the book, Abdullah talks about Václav Havel. And Václav was imprisoned in a Russian prison. I'm sure that was no picnic. And he saw a fellow countryman, and he was imprisoned for his radical ideas, right? Because that's a threat to institutions when we want to disrupt. And so their solution was to put him in the Russian prison. And he would see his countrymen, and he would have about 5 minutes to talk to his countrymen before they got broken up. The guards would break them up. Now, when he got to his countrymen, they didn't talk about how they missed their country, how bad the guards are, how terrible the food is, how to escape. That isn't what they talked about. You know what they talked about? They talked about their vision to change their country, Czechoslovakia. Those 5 minutes of visioning. And when Václav got out, him and his countrymen, Václav became the president of Czechoslovakia, yes. And his countrymen, the Secretary of State. 5 minutes. Can you give 5 minutes for visioning a world that works for all? And here's what you do. You go, what could it look like when I'm walking down the street? What could it feel like when I walk into a group of people I don't know? Are they smiling? Are they warm? Are they welcoming? Are they seeing you? What could it sound like? The words of encouragement, the words of hope. And once you catch that vision, I want you to capture how you feel. Do you feel hopeful? Do you feel joyful? Do you feel free? Do you feel empowered? And pray for that. Pray for that. Use your affirmative prayer to say, I know that freedom for myself and the world is happening right now. It's unfolding. It is a reality unfolding into the present. Affirm that. Because our job is to state the what. And Spirit's job, that amplifier, what's God's job? Anyone know? Spirit's job? The how. The how. The knower of all, the most high power, the most high wisdom, the most high love knows how to do it. We speak our word. That's our work. To believe, to vision, and pray. Because we can't just try to fix a breaker world. That strategy doesn't work. Here's what Socrates says. He says, the secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but building the new. Right? We will never fix the world at its level of thinking. We will never fix it right now with the breaker rules. We've got to come with a higher order, that spiritual solution, that building of the new. So what new are you dreaming into the world? What new are you dreaming into the world? And I'll give you a little clue. You ever come across something and it just hurt your heart? Maybe it's animals not having homes or seeing unhoused people struggling on the streets. That's where you get to dream and see them in homes. Every animal having a home, every person having a home, whatever it is for you. That's your work. Because the Toltecs tell us, the native wisdom of the Toltecs tell us that the world is Maya. That was their name for the world, or dream. It's a dream, the world that we make. And what new verse are you singing into this universe? You need one verse, song, or story. What new verse, song, or story are you dreaming in to our experience? That's the highest form of creation. Nothing can stop that. No breaker rules or mentality or collectivism can stop that. And lastly, I'm going to invite you to use your responsibility. Use your responsibility and go out there and use your actions, your example, your word, your coaching, teaching this philosophy. What if we were all metaphysical Johnny Appleseeds out there? Let's do a world that works for all. What do you think? What would that look like? What could we dream up? You're having coffee with a friend, right? We can pave the way that embraces the potential for all living things, fostering a reality of unity, harmony, and thriving for all. And it's catching when you do it. Karen's not here today, so I get to talk about her. Shh, don't tell her. She's actually been one of my biggest teacher in this. She's advanced in this area, and when we first got together, I went into her kitchen. I need to clean up a mess. I go, where are your paper towels? And she laughed at me. She goes, paper towels? I don't have no paper towels. And I went, oh, that was really sad. And and worse yet, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, spill. She goes, oh, you miss paper towels, don't you? I go, yeah. So she bought me what are called reusable paper towels. And they're actually really thin cloth, and you wrap them up, and when you're done, you wash them. It was an adjustment. The convenience of the breaker world, because it's very convenient, isn't it? We just throw away trees. That's what we're doing. But I want to look at that because it didn't serve me. But she said, we need to do it differently because this is harming the earth, and she has made a commitment not to harm the earth. So she's doing things differently. So guess who else is doing things differently? And you know what's interesting is her example spread to me. And maybe right now my example spread to some of you. See how this goes? And now when I use my paper towels, I feel a sense of gratitude. And I feel a sense of doing something good. And when we feel good, we feel God. And then we want to do something else. And hey, does it always last? No. I was cleaning out my car the other day, and I found a whole bag of plastic bags, and I was in a hurry, and I was about to, and I went, oh, I'm giving this talk tomorrow. Best self-development plan ever, getting up here and talking. So then I put them back in my car, and not only did I do that, I resolved to not do plastic bags anymore. I'm going to buy something I can keep reusing. Now, anybody ever buy their grocery bag and leave it in their car, and then you go into the store and it's still in your car? Yeah, that's me. I haven't developed a new way of being yet, so I'm going to. So if I walk in the grocery store with no bag, guess who gets to walk back to their car? That's what I'm going to do. And then I was just in the office the other day, and I'd put some things in the garbage that were recyclable, and I went, oh no, gotta take those out. And it's fun to dig it out of the garbage. You gotta take those out and recycle them. It seems like little acts, but we can do those little acts. And we need to do them. We need to do them because if we truly love the world and we love each other, we're gonna do those things. We're going to do those things because that's what the world needs now. It's not easy, is it always? And it's not always convenient. But living in a world that's crumbling, where we're eating its resources, where we're othering, where we're not forgiving, that's not a nice world or an easy world to live in either, is it? And change isn't easy. Either is it. So I want to invite you to choose your heart. Choose your heart. Live in a world where even plastics are in our body, or create a new habit of inclusion, of caretaking, of being a mender for our world. So let us start with our beliefs. What are you thinking each day? What is the act that you're doing right now, and what is the consciousness behind it? Do you believe that there is a way to create a world that works for all? Are you choosing to be a breaker or a mender? Choose right now, and your behavior will start to align with it. And then begin to vision and pray. Dream into a new world. And here's your Divine assignment. Everyone got one of these right here? This is the global vision for Centers for Spiritual Living. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to keep it somewhere you can see it, maybe on your fridge, because when your family comes over, they'll go, "What is this?" And they'll go, "You were always the weird one," is what they'll say. But that's okay. It's okay to be different. And you can take one of these, any one of them, read it, like you can read any of the We Envision. We envision humanity awakening to its spiritual magnificence and discovering the creative power of thought, a world where each and every person discovers their own personal power and the ability to create an individual life that works within a world that works for everyone. Take that one piece and just go, what would that look like? How would we treat our neighbors, our family members, our community, our children? Just one of them. Take one of them a week or one a month. Vision and then pray about it. That's your homework. Keep it somewhere. Don't worry, I'll test you later. We're going to put one of these up in the kiosk too, and we'll keep them on the table for anyone new who comes. Yeah. The third thing is to use our responsibility, our ability to make changes to what we think, what we do, what we say, right? Start picking up the garbage. If it's on the ground, and you saw it, it's for you to pick up. I pick up garbage all the time. Recycle, reuse. Instead of going out to buy the new winter sweater, maybe I'll go over to the hospice thrift store. Let my money go to something supportive and get something that's in nice shape that I can wear, right? Start thinking that way. Maybe mending fences. Maybe you had a little falling out with your neighbor over where to put the garbage cans. Extend an olive branch. Be a mender. Build a bridge. Be a build bridger. a build bridger. A bridge builder. Tell I'm tired. Treat and move your feet. That's how I say it. Treat and move your feet. So you treated for freedom, you treated for joy. How can you be that in the world? How can you be that in the world? And I'm a part of, here at the center, a lot of us are, Reverend Madeline, Reverend Lanny, all the reverends. We're part of the Interfaith Nevada County. And in the, there it is. In the paper, the Union, we crafted a letter. Who saw it? Anyone see the letter? Yeah. If you didn't see it, you can go online and see it. It's entitled, The Relation of Truth to Peace. And if you haven't read it, please read it, because now your consciousness is expanding this letter, and it addresses this idea of peace and civility and our oneness as we go through the election. Very powerful. And share it maybe with a friend or online. So I'm going to leave you with a little story. I know we're running a little behind, but I think it's worth it. One day, a little bird smelt something strange. She flew up high over the canopy and saw a distant fire, a great snake of flames and smoke coming towards her. She called down to her friends, "It's a fire, we must do something." But all her bird friends just fled, ran away, and the bird friends said, "Run with us, otherwise you'll die." But the little bird loved her home and would not leave it to be destroyed. So she flew down to the stream by the tree in which she lived, and she dipped her wings into the water, and then she returned to the sky, and when she was over the fire, she dipped her wings to release the droplets of water. The water hissed and fizzled away in the flames in an instant. She flew back to the stream again, wetting her wings and returning to the fire. She did this time and time again. The fire was getting closer and closer to her tree. Up in the heavens, the gods looked down and laughed at the futility of the bird's quest to save its home. But one god, the eagle god, did not laugh. It was filled with admiration. So the eagle god swooped down from the heaven and joined the little bird as she flew by the stream and the fire. "Listen, little bird," the eagle god said. "You must fly away. Your attempts to put out the fire won't work. and you'll die. I don't care if I die, cried the little bird. I love my home and I will do everything to save it. So the eagle god, so filled with compassion that large tears welled up and began to drip from the eyes of the eagle god. They hissed and fizzled on the fire. But when these were big tears, soon became bigger, and a stream of them, a river of them, began to descend on the fire, and the fire was put out. The eagle god returned to the heaven, and the little bird to the tree, and in the spring the new shoots of life were peeping up through the carpet of ash on the forest floor, and the little bird knew that her tiny efforts had put something big into action. What tiny efforts will you do that will put something big into action? Blessed be. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and then we have this. Well, this is our new change. So I'm going to say the affirmation at once, and then if you're able to, please stand and say it with me. As I stand in my authentic power, I welcome a world that works for everyone. Please stand if you're able. As I stand in my authentic power, I welcome a world that works for everyone. And so it is. Blessed be.
All right, and as I was listening to Rev Mitch, I was thinking about this song which begins with the sounds, and my song said the sounds we make, so the sound of the affirmation, right? So that this song kind of begins with that sound, that So here we go. I see what I need to see as I learn to live in serenity. I know what I need to know as I practice being in the flow. I do what I need to do as I learn to live a way that's new. I say what I need to say as I embrace my life today. Learning and growing is how I choose to live. The more I receive, the more I have to give. Sorry, I dropped my pick. I hear what I need to hear as I breathe in a grateful atmosphere. I feel what I need to feel as I learn to love all that's real. I let go and release as I learn to live my life in peace. I go where I need to go as I follow the light within my soul. Learning and growing is how I choose to live. The more I receive, the more I have to give. Let's sing that again. Learning and growing. Learning and growing is how I choose to live. The more I receive, the more I have to give. Then we'll sing again.
Thank you, Marilyn, and thank you, Mitch. Yay. Okay. Thank you, thank you. So, I'd like to have you guys stand for our affirmation of conscious giving. So let's say this together. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Please be seated. Thank you. And Pat's going to pass the basket for us. Oh, yes, and the ways to give are listed up on the screen for all of us. You know there's always more than one way to do everything.
Each of us knows our part. Sing it with me if you like. We are dancing in spirit. Each of us knows our part. We are dancing in spirit. Each of us knows our part.
And I gratefully receive these gifts, these tithes here for the center, Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. And I know as we circulate these tithes that money is God in action, and we send it out to bless and to prosper all that come in contact with it, knowing that it returns to the giver, amplified, pressed down, and overflowing. I release this word, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you all. So a few reminders. Next week, there's the potluck. You know, there's yummy food. There's always yummy food. So everybody bring yourself something to eat for others and or yourself and other people. So the more, it's like there might be the perfect dish that you've never discovered, and someone's going to have the little ingredients. And anyway, it's, I think, how long have humans been bonding over food? Yeah, so we're bonding over food. And I want to thank some people who have come together to contribute to this service this Sunday. And that Diana over there is holding the watch for everything. Thank you. And here comes Chana. She's doing the same thing. You know, the tech team actually has fun. They know what's going on. They're in control. They could cut everything. Let's see. And Ian did the candle for us. Thank you so much, Ian. Yay. Yay. And then Pat just did the offering for us. Thank you, Pat. Yeah. And Maya is over there. She could cut us off, too. She's in charge of the sound. So Maya, she does that. So, and, pardon? No, I haven't done yet. But see, I do it with a list because I don't want to forget it. And Nan did the announcements for us. Thank you so much, Nan. Yes, I did. And then we've got Marilyn. Thank you so much, Marilyn. Yes, yeah. And then, who's this guy? Rev Mitch has done his talk. Thank you so much. Now, did I forget anybody? No. Oh, Tate did set up. That's right. I saw you putting the flag out there. Thank you, Tate. Yay. Yeah.
Maya raked up all the debris on the sidewalk.
Yeah. It does. It truly takes a village, you know. And I know, you know, Rev Lenny does a zillion things. You came in today, but last week she held the fort, didn't you? Yeah. So, Yeah, so it's just so fun to be together and to play together and eat together. So what are you taking away with you today? So did anybody want to shout anything out? Clarity. Connection. Love. Wisdom. One at a time. Mending. Mending. Oh, being a man. Okay. Bridging. Yes, okay. Action. Gracious gratitude. Belief. Action. What? A cheat sheet. That's true, yeah. Just glad to be here. Yes. I'm glad to see all of you. This is so great. This is so great. Positive self-talk. Yes. Listening to what you, yeah, because you have control over what's in here. I know it's a bad thing to think about that, but you do have control over it. It's like, yeah. No, wake up in the morning, say, oh, what a great day. I'm doing great. You know, just you can set the tone for it. So please stand for our benediction. And repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It's this thing called responding.
It's this thing called responding.
It's this thing called divine vision.
It's this thing called divine vision.
It's this thing called love. I know it. I feel it. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Feel the chills? Feel it? I sense it. Because I am it. And so it is. Let's sing.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm